Well, welcome to this talk. It's actually Thursday the 27th of May. Now, on this video, we've tried to use the facts and work out what is accurate to tell what is true and what is not. And I really hope I haven't influenced you at all. I hope it's just the facts that have influenced you. But what I want to look at today is there is some deliberate disinformation going on, because we need to strive for truth and scientific objectivity. So that's what I'm looking at today. And I'm going to try and do it, though, based entirely on facts that I've gathered. So let's start off with this bizarre story from the BBC. Mystery anti-Pfizer campaign offer in France. Now, the BBC report this is from several French social media influencers, not a term I like. Certainly wouldn't seek to influence anyone. What we want is objectivity and the truth. Anyway, mysterious financial offers to spread negative publicity about the Pfizer vaccine appear to have been offered. Now, this is from Leo Grasset, excuse my pronunciation, on YouTube. That's the link there. It's French language, but if you're interested, that's the direct link to it. And this YouTuber says a colossal budget was offered from a client who wants to remain incognito. So a mystery donor. Now, the address the agency gave appears to be bogus from the BBC report. Do read this for yourself. It's all there. I'm not making any of this up. LinkedIn profile of the agency's alleged employees. He had managed to find, the YouTuber had managed to find, but later they disappeared. But he noticed that everyone there had worked in Russia. So that's not my words again. Direct quote. If I put it in italics, it's direct quote. Everyone in there has worked in Russia. That's directly from the BBC article. Now, what actually quite often happens is people will often write to me because I make YouTube videos. And they'll say, well, we want you to do a paid promotion on one of your videos. Now, I never have and I never intend to. But they say, look, so you'll have seen this on many YouTube videos. So I'd stop now and say, oh, by the way, I'm going to recommend John Smith's toothpaste or, something like that. But you can usually tell that it is a paid promotion. That's the thing. But this YouTuber says, and the BBC report, that he was told to present the material as his own independent view rather than a paid promotion. So it was supposed to be a paid promotion that didn't look like a paid promotion, and it was false claims that the Pfizer vaccine was causing 3 times more deaths than that of the AstraZeneca vaccine. So interesting. And that is discussed on the French language channels quite extensively and reported by the BBC. Now, this other chap here is a junior doctor. I'm not sure if he looks Spanish, but I can't remember. It could be French. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's on the BBC article. Offered €2,500, nearly £2,000 for a 30-second story on his account, and this guy's got, I think, less than 100,000 subscribers following him. So this would indicate that some people are prepared to pay to spread disinformation on the Pfizer vaccine, which of course is really quite concerning. Now, it gets worse actually. Now, this is the report from the European External Action Services. Now, I wasn't that familiar with the European External Action Services, but here's their report. And it's detailed and it's pretty hard hitting, so you get an overview of the report and then you get lots of details on the report. Now, because I wasn't that familiar with it, I checked on that well-known source Wikipedia, and I do believe it's accurate. So the European, and of course you political people will know much more about this than me, the European External Action Services. The European External Action Service is the diplomatic service of the combined foreign and defence ministry of the European Union. And as far as I can tell, this is a completely genuine page. Check it out for yourself. If I'm wrong, do let me know. But this basically is tantamount to a news release from the from the European Union External Action Service. And it is pretty hard hitting. And yeah, let me show you some of it. Again, I've put this in direct quotes because I don't want to misinform you at all. Disinformation around COVID-19 pandemic, measures taken to contain it, and vaccine rollout campaigns continue to be significant. Now, disinformation means deliberate disinformation. Now, I may have I know I've misinformed you on several occasions, and when I work it out, I'll come back and tell you I've got it wrong. That's due to mistakes, but disinformation is to me, it implies it's deliberate. This is a deliberate attempt to give disinformation. What your mum might have called lying. And it continues to be significant. Vaccine-related disinformation increased and contributed to spreading fear and mistrust in any type of vaccine is what this seemed to be about. Or the European, Western vaccines at least. Since the beginning of 2021, state-sponsored disinformation also intensified together, targeting in particular Western developed vaccines. Not my words, direct quotes from the European External Action Service. Russia and China in particular continue to intensively promote their own state-produced vaccines around the world. Not my words, read it for yourself. Do read this. It really is quite a hard-hitting report. And this, according to the European Action Service report, is combined with disinformation and manipulation to undermine trust in Western-made vaccines, European Union institutions and Western European vaccination strategy. Now, that bold there is not my emphasis. Again, that is direct from the report. And if I show you the report there, you can see that certain bits are highlighted in bold. And this bit here is just the summary. The full report is given underneath in detail. So read it for yourself. But these bits I'm not misinterpreting because they're direct quotes. Both Russia and China are using state-controlled media, networks of proxy media outlets and social media, including official diplomatic social media accounts, to achieve these goals. So the thing that gets me about this is talking about people's lives, isn't it? And yet it, according to this report, would seem to have been reduced to some sort of international, I don't know, what term would you want to use? Football? I don't know. Anyway, that appears to be an insight into the nature of the world we are currently in. And as we say, this is all about healthcare measures, vaccination programs. It's about human pain, suffering and death, and literally life and death. So that is that bit. Now, the next bit is the viral origins, where this virus came from. Continues to be interesting. Now, this is a Fox News report, so I know you could argue about Fox News, but I think this is accurate. Katie Saunders, the interviewer, are you still confident that it developed naturally? The question to Dr. Anthony Fauci. Dr. Fauci replied, and again, these are all direct quotes. No, actually, I'm not convinced about that. I think we should continue to investigate what went on in China until we continue to find out the best of our ability what happened. To find out to the best of our ability what happened. Okay, so Dr. Fauci is basically saying he's not convinced it's a natural occurrence, but he's saying he's not sure. Certainly the people who investigate it say it likely was the emergence from an animal reservoir that then infected individuals. So that's what the investigators are saying. But it could have been something else. We need to find that out, Dr. Fauci. Now, what he's talking about there is this World Health Organization report. Now, we did look at this in detail at the time, and we were distinctly underwhelmed, as were your comments. This was the team that went to Wuhan from the 14th of January to the 10th of February, published on the 30th of March. And you might recall a deeply unimpressive document it was. In fact, we were quite annoyed they'd spent our money on it, at least I was, and I know quite a few of you were as well. So this is the report, WHO convened global study, origins of SARS coronavirus 2, China part. So there's a team of 17 international experts. They finally got there after about a year, remember, vetted by the Chinese authorities. Unknown animal species, zoonotic transmission, their conclusion was very likely. Lab leak idea, extremely unlikely. And then they ranted or reported on and on for a period of time on the possibility that the virus got to China because it was imported on frozen food, which basically lost all credibility of the report altogether. So there we have that bit. Now, President Biden has intervened. So President Biden, quite a few popular news outlets, US intelligence community does not believe there is sufficient information on different scenarios. In other words, he's saying there's not enough information there to know. This is the President of the United States. And he's asking the US intelligence community to redouble its efforts. And what we understand is that President Biden wants a report on his desk in 90 days' time. And when the President of the United States asks for a report, he gets a report. Now, quite how that's going to work without Chinese help is probably a little difficult to say. But anyway, the President said, partner with like-minded partners around the world to press China to participate in a full, transparent, evidence-based international investigation, which I'm sure everyone watching this video would agree with, or virtually everyone. World Health Assembly as well calls to significantly expand upon the WHO-backed investigation. So we wait for that as well. And then the other thing I found, this is an open letter from scientists. So you can read that for yourself. Obviously, I put the link in. Greater clarity about the origins of this pandemic is necessary, feasible to achieve. So this can be found out. This is feasible. We must take hypotheses about both natural and laboratory spillover seriously until we have sufficient data. A proper investigation should be transparent, objective, data-driven, inclusive of broad expertise, subject to independent oversight. Of course, theories of accidental release remain viable. So there we go. Some quite interesting ideas there, overlapping of conspiracy theories and reality. I think we'll leave it there for today. So we'll leave it there for today, and thank you for watching.